It's the Weather Xtreme video. This is the afternoon edition for Wednesday, June 14th. I'm James Spann. A few widely scattered showers and storms today. Storms should be more active tomorrow, maybe strong to severe late in the day. Check it out. Water vapor satellite view across North America. Upper trough across the northern plains lifting up into Canada. Got a flat ridge down here. And a check of the radar. That was at 2:44. Just a handful of very isolated showers. Things are fairly quiet as the mesoscale model suggested this morning. The bulk of the storms over in Mississippi, and those are drifting to the west, so those should not affect us. So it looks like any showers this evening should be fairly widely spaced like that. Temperatures mostly in the 80s. The exception, Fort Payne. They've got 79 thanks to a rain shower. Birmingham at 86. And we'll stay in the upper 80s for several more days, pretty typical for mid to late June. Up north, severe thunderstorm watches for places like St. Louis, Chicago, Milwaukee. And out west, excessive heat watches in mornings, thanks to an upper high beginning to build in there. There's the severe weather outlook for the rest of today and tonight. The standard slight risk, again, where those watches are currently in effect up north. Also a slight risk for parts of West Texas. And then tomorrow, there is a risk of severe weather for a pretty good chunk of Alabama, which we don't see that often in June. Here's a closer look at this. We've got the standard slight risk, the areas in yellow, north of a line from near Demopolis to Prattville to Roanoke. A marginal risk as far south as Mobile, Luverne, and Troy, the areas in darker green. And we'll talk about this in just a moment. Then for day 3, which is Friday, a marginal severe weather risk well to the north across the Corn Belt. Rain for the next 7 days, 1.5 to 2.5 inches, and your number will vary because of the scattered nature of the storms. And the 5-day tropical outlook. Little disturbance in the eastern Atlantic worth watching coming across the Atlantic in the lower latitudes. Typically, you don't see those this early in the season. Odds are low that develops, and then we've got the possibility of some development around the Yucatan Peninsula next week. And we'll take a look at that as we go as well. So here we go, model fans. This is the GFS, the 12Z run, valid tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock local time. Heights about where they should be here. An upper high, 594 high, just south of El Paso, building north, and a trough over the far northern states. And for us, potential for an MCS to form, a mesoscale convective system, north of the state dropping in here. That's the GFS look. This is the high-res NAM, valid tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock. And again, it hints the better chance of storms could be west of I-65. A batch of storms coming through North Mississippi and Northwest Alabama. And then by 9 o'clock, they weaken. And understand, forecasting summer convection is very challenging. This might happen. This might not happen. But if it can crank up, the instability values and upper air profiles suggest there could be a few storms within that batch with strong straight-line winds. That's the reason for the SPC severe weather risk, wet microburst type stuff. No tornado threat, but we'll watch those carefully as they come through. The better chance late tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. Otherwise, partly sunny, upper 80s tomorrow. Friday, classic summer weather. Partly sunny, scattered afternoon and evening storms. That'll be the story for Saturday, and that's the story for Sunday. And again, you see a lot of green here. That doesn't mean it's just going to rain and rain and rain. It won't. We'll have scattered showers and storms this weekend, the better chance during the peak of the daytime heating process. Always some risk of a rogue shower late at night or during the morning. Highs for the weekend mostly in the upper 80s. Monday of next week, evidence a cold front comes down the pike, approaching from the north. That might bring a little higher coverage of showers and storms. And Tuesday, the GFS continues to kind of waffle on this idea of drier air. Now it stalls the front near Birmingham. Cold fronts have a hard time getting through here in late June. Not so sure we can get into drier air, maybe up in the Tennessee Valley. And this is a week from today, Wednesday the 21st. Pretty good trough over Canada well to the north. And again, evidence the air will be a little drier, so we'll trend toward fewer showers and increasing amounts of sunshine Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. But I'm sure not going to take the chance of showers out of the forecast. And also we note a broad low in the Bay of Campeche, the far southwestern Gulf of Mexico. Consistency has been very good in this idea. This is the end of the forecast period, Saturday, June 24th. Heat bubble over the southwest, troughing up north. And again, broad low in the southwest Gulf. That thing's just not moving much. And evidence of a surface boundary north of us. We'll check the European ensemble data here. This is the probability of a tropical storm Wednesday of next week, June 21st, and the numbers are highest over the Central Gulf in the 20 to 30% bracket. But again, by Saturday the 24th, the numbers back off to the west. So again, if you got a trip to Destin, Fort Walton Beach, Gulf Shores next week, I wouldn't worry about this too much. Just something to be aware of, that there could be some mischief in the Gulf, but odds are this would ultimately drift back toward Mexico if anything forms there at all. And the numbers, highs mostly in the 80s, lows around 70. Maybe some low 90s out there toward late June. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video this afternoon. We'll have notes in the blog. The next video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. If you can't catch us this evening on ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless.